Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello everybody, welcome back to this class on ESD, and last class we are discussing about ESD, its role in technical and vocational education and training. So, today we will just continue with that. So, that is we were talking about the green jobs, green skills, all kinds of things. So, green jobs are not confined actually to the new green sector such as renewable energy or agriculture, but green jobs means what is the minimum carbon footprints. So, a global study on the skills for the green jobs actually conducted by ILO, International Labour Organizations. So, covering 20 countries, represent 60% of the world population, indicates that sweeping changes will take place in the skills profile in the existing occupation, and especially in post pandemic, and these online platforms and virtual workplace. So, the importance of the green jobs and the green skills have been enhanced like anything. So, we have to focus on more on the green jobs, green skills, green competencies, and how to prepare our manpower, our human resource in that line, and again to create more green jobs, also employment, to regenerate new employments which carry the minimum carbon footprint, minimum pollution, minimum disturbance to the ecosystem. So, let us talk about the requirements. So, given that all the jobs should become a very greener and more eco-friendly and more sustainable, etc., we need to develop a wide range of relevant skills and competencies. So, let us see what are these competencies. So, the green TVET, green technical and vocational education training, thus plays a very crucial role in enhancing these creative entrepreneurships into innovative skills, competencies for the green jobs. So, therefore, these skills need to be underpinned, need to be included, need to be embedded in the curriculum in such a way that it improves, it encourages, it motivates the learners to have to develop this critical reflection or having the positive attitude and the values towards ESD, towards eco-friendly system, eco-friendly behavior. So, many countries have already adopted these kind of things, many have already adopted, especially in European and Asian countries as well as the African countries, but let us provide how this new green sector can flourish, how this new green sector can provide the suitable trainings, to nurture, to groom these kind of green skills and competencies among our manpower, among our people. So, the basic skills like numeracy skill, literacy skill, then ICT skills, these are considered as the basic skills. So, including the basic skills, the critical skills on these green competencies, green skills, it enables the worker to have an extra advantage over the jobs, extra advantage over the green sector in upskilling themselves. So, here again it shows that some of the clippings shows that how to align this technical and vocational education with the green society and the green economy, that is the thing. So, the green economy, it has 4 connected mutually dependent goals. So, let us discuss green economy. When we talk about the green society, automatically green economy comes in. So, this green economy has 4 interconnected and mutually dependent goals. First is that increase economic growth. Increased economic growth definitely will remove, it will alleviate poverty by reducing unemployment, by increasing the social inclusion, equity, equal distribution of resources, and reducing the greenhouse gas emission. So, this is the first component of the green society, and green economy and how to embed the TVET in that. So, green economy has these 4 interconnected variables. So, then the next is the transitioning to the green economy. It is more of a planning, it's more of a long term strategy for the sustainable development than just for the short term purpose or than just for the poverty alleviation, etc., but it has a long term planning, long term strategy, long term purpose. So, now like for example, in our government all these 5-year plans, all these planning commissions new schemes and strategies, government's new schemes and strategies are actually a part of this kind of thing, how to transition, how to bring transition to a green economy from the present state of affairs to respond to the global crisis, to the global crisis like the economic slowdown, unemployment or poverty alleviation or creating more jobs for the and developing the skilled manpower, all kind of these are the global challenges, global crisis. So, how to face these things, how to transit, how to mobilize, how to moderate our economy towards the green economy. This is the second domain. Then the third domain is that educational and vocational training system to be capable of equipping all the individuals with this kind of competencies. The third part is that training aspect, that is the what sort of educational and vocational training system should be introduced so as to develop this capability, these competencies, these skills among our resources, among our individuals, among our people, so that we can take the full advantage of this green economy. So, in order to leverage green economy, we have to put such kind of training and competency development schemes in the curriculum as well. So, the next is that transitioning to a green economy. Okay, transitioning to a green economy, it promises access to the new jobs. Okay, it not only promises access to the new jobs, but also creates the changes in the scope and characteristics of the existing. So, when we compare to our existing jobs with the green jobs, it has it has the differences in its features, in its operations, in its characteristics. So, what are these key features of this green economy? So, the skill development strategies also facilitate the extension of the green economy. The skill development strategy also facilitate. So, what are these things? How to adapt to the evolution of employment sector, then prepare the teachers and trainers who can effectively transfer their knowledge and the skills and expand the current scope of TVET and delivery mechanism and enable the workforce to adjust to the technical shift. So, these are the primary areas that how to train, not only just changing the curriculum and introducing the tools will be enough, but how to make the people, make the jobs more suitable towards this green sector and prepare the teachers and the trainers and to learn, to acquire the new knowledge and the skills and competencies which can be easily transferred to these green jobs, and expand the scope, horizon of this technical and vocational education and its delivery mechanism towards the green jobs, its scope and opportunities, and enable the workforce to adjust to the technical shift, that is the innovation that is coming up every moment, that is the technical changes, innovative changes that is coming up, how to again to train them also to update themselves in the technical shift, technological shift as well. So, now the thing is that how to, that means it is not just creating the green jobs or green planning policies, etc., but thing is that there are certain steps that we need to follow, we need to understand. So, because when it is a learning cycle, it is a new learning cycle, new phase of understanding the green TVET process. So, let us go step by step in a progressive way. How can we introduce this green TVET concept? So, first thing is that the first step is that understanding the green TVET process. The first thing that with the meta analysis, with the detailed study, with the in-depth analysis, we have to break it down into the systematic and inductive process in a sequential way. So, first thing that is that clarifying the green concepts. What is that greening concept? It is a continuous process, it is a continuing process, not just only particular time, a particular job, etc. So, it is a continuous process. How we have to understand it, that it is a continuous process based on the economical, social and environmental imperatives. sustainability approaches within an institution and wide action. First thing is that whatever job we are creating, whatever skill we are introducing, whatever competency we would like to introduce, that we have to analyze it from 3 dimensions. First is that is economical aspect, whether it is cost effective or not. Social aspects is implications for the society, for the people, for the and the environmental implications, and the environmental implications, that means how it is what its impact on the environmental ecosystem, that is its imperatives for the environmental ecosystem, whether it is protecting, restoring, or with minimum damage, with a minimum carbon footprint. And moreover, the sustainability approach also, it is within the institution, outside the institutions, within the country, outside the country, because again we are talking about this in the global context. So, next step is that under this first step, the next is making an institutional alignment and assessment, the local employment needs. So, suppose when we are introducing going to introduce or establish a industry in a particular local area, particular region, particular context. So, here we have to first of all assess the manpower, the people there who are residing in and around that location, and what are their needs, what are their skills, what are their the resources available in that area, then what are the skills, their what are their competencies. Similarly, all these things, first thing is we need to assess, the local people, the local employment needs, the again what are the resources available, and what are the skills and competencies or the advantages, or I can say this kind of some traditional concept, traditional knowledge, competencies are already available, we have to assess it. And now after that we have to identify the local people's need assessment. So, accordingly we can create the job. So, create the local employment needs, what sort of people learn employment or the jobs or the works actually the local people they need. Then at the same time we have to look into the policies and regulations as the driver or the hindrance, because whatever we want to introduce or create, we have to create it within the framework of policies and the regulations. So, again we have to analyze what are the national agenda, whether it comes under the any of the national schemes and the policy framework, etc. Then again international commitments. So, make international commitments, like us, because we are working on the global context also. So, being both the local needs as well the global commitments, global opportunities, global responsibilities, both the things should align properly. So, whenever we are going to start any particular entrepreneurship, particular jobs or the industry or any entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. So, we have to look into these things. First thing is the local requirements, local resources available, and whether it falls in the policy framework and rules regulations, under the rules and regulations or not, or is there any hindrance and impediment, any hurdle is there, then what is the policy in the national agenda or national priorities. And yes, at the same time we have to align with the international commitment. So, these the steps are to be taken care of. So, in the first stage, then adopting the whole institution approach. The whole institution approach is that taking to the totality, that means the holistic development, the harmonious development in all aspects. It is not just about creating the new jobs or manufacturing or product or any or just training the human resource. It is not just one aspect, but focusing on all the aspects, that is adopting a whole institution approach. So, that is to integrate, in order to integrate the sustainability. So, we have to focus on these schemes, like first thing is the green campus, greening the campus. So, how to make this ecosystem, the environment as green as possible with more plantation, more that means waste management policies, etc. Greening the campus first, then greening the curriculum and training. Thereafter, how to design the curriculum, so which will be which will be more on the software basis, on the that means which would create minimum carbon footprint, and also online training, all these kinds of online curriculums, MOOC courses, all kinds of things, e-courses, online courses. How can we enrich our audience, enrich our people with immense literature, immense training material, immense tools, etc., but with minimum carbon footprint. That is the greening the curriculum and training course. Then greening the community and the workplace, and so far as the community, local community who are directly related to this, the community, the workplace, that the environment, surroundings, surroundings, all these things should be taken care of. Now, here I can say put the one example, that is, for example, the Tata companies, Tata Steel, be it Tata Steel, Tata Motors, whatever. So, whenever they are establishing any kind of industrial setup, manufacturing sector or whatever, so they not just not only develop their own workplace, own infrastructure, own manpower, own you can say amenities and facilities, but at the same time they also develop the township also. So, that is the developing the township with other kinds of facilities like health facilities, education facilities, even shopping facilities, even you know exercise and you can say gymkhana and exercise facilities, entertainment thing. So, they look into the all round aspects of the human development. So, that is the greening the community in the workplace, is not just focusing on the workplace, developing our workplace and the area that we are working within, but outside this workplace, that is the total township, total village or total area that we cover. Again, greening the research, again simultaneously we have to update ourselves with the research and development from time to time, because research is an ongoing process, innovative approach which always enrich and boost our present practices, present competences, present technology. So, the technological development then the even the human resource also, the human needs also keeps on changing. So, to update ourselves, research is very much important. So, greening the research, how to conduct the research simultaneously in a more eco-friendly manner. So, that is the greening the research, that is to update ourselves with the more and more innovative research, how these research can also come up with the new ideas, new skills, new platforms, new ideas to be more innovative, but again the focus again on the sustainability approach, sustainable development, sustainability approach, sustainability implications, and making it more greener in the terms of minimum carbon footprint, eco-friendly. So, how to develop the community and economy in a very eco-friendly manner, that is by adopting a whole school approach. So, automatically we can build up a green institutional culture, a work culture. It is not just about work culture, but it is also institutional culture, environmental. So, that means equal distribution, equal focus, equal importance to economy, society as well as the environment. So, that is the, so it should be built in within our consciousness. It's as we have already discussed, that is the paradigm shift. It is a shift in our thought process, it is a shift in our outlook, it is a shift in our affective domain, that how do we feel about this, how to, it is not just taking care of our own residence, own home, but taking care of our planet, but at the same time we are also going to proceed and progress for the 21st century, jobs and employment. Second, so now after all these kinds of planning, then comes our engaging the teams. How can we engage our manpower, our people? So, engaging teams like analysis of the stakeholder. Again, whenever we are establishing a factory or industry or entrepreneur model. So, here again we have to analyze the stakeholders like in the classroom situation, when we talk about the learners, we have to assess the learners needs. Similarly, in a business situation, in the industrial situation, we have to analyze the stakeholders. So, analysis of the stakeholders who are directly involved, who are indirectly involved. So, direct stakeholders who are directly the beneficiaries of the product or the manufacturing or the service processes. So, analysis of the stakeholders who are the direct stakeholders, who are the indirect stakeholders, who are the customers, who are the consumers, who are the suppliers, who are the investors. So, all the stakeholders can be partners in our learning process. All the stakeholders who are direct, indirect are the learning partners. So, we have to articulate the roles and contributions of each stakeholder. Here we have to spell out, we have to explain, that is the all the roles and responsibilities of each and every category of stakeholder. So, these are the what are the things, these 5 approaches for the sustainability in the institution, that is the greening in the campus, greening the curriculum and training that we have already discussed, then greening the research, greening the community and workplace, greening the institutional culture, that just we have discussed. So, these are how to explain it, elaborate it, because we have to formally train all our stakeholders. It is not just about just about the discussion only, but in the bulletin only, in the meetings only, but we have to create that awareness with more publicity, with more advocacy through different media and different medium platforms. So, then green research, greening the community workplace, greening the institutional culture, all these things are we have already discussed. Now, coming to the next step, that is step 2, that is planning for the greening of the TVET. Planning for the greening the TVET, how to make the technical and vocational education actually that means actually green. So, means now initially it was the assessment, need assessment and etc. Now, it is the planning for the green. So, raising the awareness and formulating the rationale. So, again when we are going to put it in the formal platform, formal learning platform, then we have to raise that awareness and developing a kind of logic, a rationale, a morality kind of rationale from the economic, social and environmental institutional perspectives. So, why do we want to introduce these things? We have to apprise each and every stakeholder, we have to educate each and every category of stakeholder regarding this, how it is directly and indirectly affecting our economy, our social, our environmental life situations, institutions and cultural perspective also, how it affects all these domains, as well as it has the that it is collected to the globe. It is a collective awareness regarding the global impact, its impact, global impact of these kind of schemes. So, for example, introducing the manufacturing these new cars, new models, new vehicles, automobiles from every day. It's again in the manufacturing sector it's an innovative. Every model is new model, new competition is coming up. Yes, this taking up this manufacturing sector or the vehicle or the automobile sector into the height of its production is okay, but again how to make it eco-friendly, how to make it sustainable. So, here, so that is you might have observed in the production and manufacturing of automobile sector also, there is a competition that with renewable energy source, like with minimum carbon footprints, with minimum fuel consumption, with minimum carbon emission. So, how these vehicles, automatic vehicles, now the hydrogen vehicles or electric vehicles, and so many competitions are coming. So, again it is also an innovative way of making our manufacturing and the service sector more greener. So, here first thing is that we have to create that awareness by formulating a rationale, a logic, and ethics of values, like for example, how does it directly, indirectly affect to our environment, it has our society, community, our economy, our institution, and as well as the global culture as well. Then thereafter to develop a vision of plan, vision formulating the goal setting. So, like for example, for every entrepreneurship, for every venture, for every startup, we have to have a kind of vision, mission, goals, etc. So, we have to define it clearly. So, developing a plan for the vision, formulating the goal setting, building blocks for the institutional green plan, like the five specific aspects we have talked about, that is the green campus, green workplace, all kinds of. So, similarly, we have to formulate different plans, like what would be the vision, how this vision and mission can be translated into the goals and objectives, and in order to achieve each and every goal, how can we build up the blocks build up the blocks, units for institutional greening plan, then promote the broader engagement of the stakeholders, how directly or indirectly they can be engaged. So, ownership of the process, who is going to take this, what type of ownership in this process, in this venture. So, ownership of the processes by different stakeholders, what will be the ownership, that means of the process by different stakeholder, articulated rights and responsibilities. So, here now we have to plan out, like who are the direct stakeholders, what would be their roles and responsibilities, and who are the indirect stakeholders, what would be their roles and rights and responsibilities. That has to be clarified properly. Then next comes next comes assessing the current realities. What is the actually present scenario, that is what is the status quo right now. Assessing the current realities, that large scale assessment of the current situation. That in our initial stage we have to make a survey of this, what is the current situation, what are the resources available, what are the people's needs, what are their constraints, what are the shortcomings, what are the advantages of that locality, people and what are the more requirements, and all kinds of things, that is to assess the current realities in terms of large scale assessment. So, foundations for the knowing the priorities, resources and needs. Here after the large scale assessment or the survey, initial survey, we can categorize the what are the priorities of this area, what are the resources available, and what are the shortages or shortcomings or the constraints on which the needs can be, the needs of the people needs can be developed, the need assessment can be made. So, thereafter the developing an institutional greening plan of action. Thereafter, the developing the institutional greening plan of action, that is the greening priorities. How at every step can we emphasize on the greening, that is eco-friendly approach. Whatever we do, even if it is conducting a meeting, conducting a get together, or creating the product, or selling the product, all whatever may be the thing, how does green approach, eco-friendly approach can be given as the priority. So here we can also clear that the international green policy with a clear goal. So in here also we can apply. So timetable for action, then advisory committee, then monitoring and evaluation committee who are going to apply it, who are going to monitor it, evaluate it, and introduce new tools and assessment tools and techniques to map it, to measure it, to evaluate it from time to time. So in this way, so we have to develop an institutional greening plan and plan of action which are going to be executed from the very beginning, with clear roles and responsibility, with clear specification, with clear objectives, action plans, and clear assessment and evaluation pattern also from this, because from time to time whatever we introduce from time to time we have to monitor it, evaluate it, and assess it truly. So when we talk about the introducing the green approach, green job, green activity, etc., then again and to what extent it boosts ESG or sustainability, then we have to have suitable tools and techniques and to map it, to measure it, assess it, because that means definitely we have to analyze it on the basis of its impact, both qualitative benefit, both quantitative benefit. So how to measure, how to assess these quantitative and qualitative benefits by introducing a green plan of action, or green curriculum, or green policy, that we have to definitely analyze and monitor. On the basis of that, feedback and assessment result, then only we can proceed further. So now for the time being, now we stop here. The next class will continue with the following steps. Thank you very much.